Wake up, Dan. Wake up, buddy.
I just realised I still haven't made you a countdown like I promised 2 weeks ago. Every time I do it now, I'm just gonna.
That's okay. Yeah,
To be honest, I forget we have this stream every night until you message the link. Oh, shit, I gotta get home. I gotta get home.
It's even for me sometimes on a Monday afternoon. It's like, oh man, we got 2 hours. Quick, let's think of the theme. Quick, let's make the thumbnail. Quick, what else can we do?
Yeah, my Monday routine for 3 years has been going to my mate's house for dinner, and I'm going to have to change it to Wednesdays.
Oh, sorry to be an inconvenience.
So you can both watch me and Bill stream on a Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing instead of watching Mandalorian.
Yeah, for sure.
Sam's the first one in. G'day, Sam. How are you, mate? All right. What else have you been doing? How's the we mentioned it off air before we started. How is the Melbourne lockdown and you stretching your legs out? The steel ring's gone.
The steel ring's gone. So I went down and visited my parents today because I haven't seen them since before, I don't know, what was it, April or longer, whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Could be even longer, to be honest. So I went down and saw them today and got some parts that I had my dad dig out from the cafe, the modular cafe, corner cafe, which I've been waiting to build. So I've got the parts off him now that I can finish that. So I've been doing that this evening.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right, down to you, Dan. How's New Zealand been going last week?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Just nothing too exciting going on. Heading away to a Lego show this weekend, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, very cool. You are just going there, or are you putting something in it, or?
Oh no, I'll have a wee display there as well. But yeah, yep, that'll be a good one. Should be some new content out this weekend as well.
Ooh, what is it?
Ooh, can't say.
Geez.
I'll
leak it.
I'll give you a preview. I'll show you a piece. Yeah, this piece is in the set.
Oh, you tease. What was that? Sandish?
Yeah, no, that's just tan.
Oh, it's got to be Tatooine then. Something on
Tatooine.
No, it's a 1x1 round. It's a mosaic.
Yeah, it could be a mosaic actually.
Of Tatooine.
Yep, it is.
What about you this week, Bill? What's Lego news with you?
I built the Sesame Street set. That was a bit of fun. I enjoyed that. Went up and checked out some friends' Lego show at Dreamworld for the Batman Batwing.
Yes.
Yes. So,
and where's my? I don't even know where I put it.
Yeah, some cool displays up there that the Brisbane people put on. So that was cool to catch up with people. And actually, I'm heading back to Dreamworld this Saturday to display my brick fencing castle for the weekend. So I'm looking forward to that too. And I'll probably sit and build a big white car while I'm there.
Well, I was going to show what I got signed, but I don't know what I've done with it. But yeah, no,
sold it already.
Yeah, Brent was obviously there, the superstar that designed the little Ecto one, and I got him to sign my box. Apparently, it's not the first box he signed.
Oh, oh no, you didn't.
He hasn't signed any before.
Oh, over your head, mate. Over your head.
Oh.
Andrew's too innocent.
To be honest, I was messaging someone and wasn't fully paying attention.
Oh, you know, it's funny. Look what I found as well. But mine's a bit worse for wear.
Oh, mine's good to go.
Oh.
It's just my back sirens are falling off. So
let me get mine out. If everyone else has got theirs out, I want to get mine out.
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to find mine.
Mine's in half.
I don't even know where mine is.
Yeah, but see, mine does have a trail of USBs coming off it.
Yeah,
that's a big lead.
Yeah. And we're talking about it on the weekend. Actually, the Ghostbusters car. Oh, look at Brent; his ears are bleeding. They were saying how the new one is actually different as far as the Legos, the ladders on the opposite side, and they've changed a few things.
Well, it's based on the new movie as well, because the original car did not have the, I don't know, is it an ejector seat that comes out of the side? Whereas
the gunner seat.
Yeah.
whereas this model does. So it's obviously a reworked or redone, modified Ecto 1. They must bring it back to life in the movie after they find it in the barn.
How many people are going to put it back to the original? Get rid of the gunner seat, get rid of all the other extra little bits. Don't put the rust on it.
Oh yeah, definitely don't put the rust on. Like I think that's going to be one of the most popular sort of.
Oh crap! Now I need two.
Well, that's going to be the thing, isn't it? There'll be people that'll want two, one for the original, one for the original, the OG. So
yeah,
Ladders move to Commodore the gunner seat for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight's topic, why we we're fresh and we're good, and Dan hasn't turned red hot yet, and Andrew's sitting there still awake. Leaked Lego sets. Now we've obviously, we're up to episode 24 in the shows. We've talked about things got leaked here as we go, but we've never actually talked about how they get leaked, who leaks them, all that kind of stuff. Now we were talking. Dan and I were talking before anyone jumped in earlier on, and it seems to be because the retail get their orders 6 months in advance. That's primarily where the leaks are coming from. That kind of a fair call, you reckon?
I don't think that's where the leaks come from per se, not 6 months in advance. So 6 months in advance, where retail are placing their orders for Lego, they get a set number and a theme and a price point, and that's where the rumors come from, right?
Yeah.
So rumors come from that sort of stuff. Even a year in advance, especially for some of the big stuff, they'll get a set number, a theme. Sometimes they won't even get a set number. They'll just get a theme and a price point, and they have to place orders for that. So that's where the rumors come from. Your leaks that generally happen within like a month or less to an announcement. A lot of that seems to come from retailers or partner retailers or partner advertisers. And a lot of the big ones lately have come from partner retailers or partner advertisers. For example, the NES was sent out by Nintendo, was sent out to some Nintendo fans. And of course, as soon as they got the boxes, they didn't give a shit about embargoes. They just ripped them open, chucked videos up on YouTube, chucked photos all over the place.
That's because they're not on a Lego embargo. They're just on a Nintendo thing, and Nintendo didn't really care, obviously.
Well, I don't know what their bloody rules are. Apparently, they had none. So, and it's happening even more recently with other stuff. So the Ecto one was another one that I saw someone the other day who put it up.
A very popular leaked photo.
That one was, yeah.
That
was not the one that I posted, but I posted one from the same place.
Yeah, but like this was the first full front box photo that I seen as a leaked photo, and that was one that kind of buzzed around pretty quick and shared out there. But on the other side of leaks is also when our favorite Chinese and Taiwan plastic builders get a hold of it when they're not even sets yet, and they're already pulling their own. You know what I mean? So there's no
that's shit. That's absolute garbo compared to what's coming.
Yeah. So it's not
trash.
It's not bad news, but obviously this is this is trying to bank on that. Everyone knows that there's a Coliseum about to come out, the biggest set ever. Whatever happens. But is this? And they did it with I'm pretty sure they did it with the Bugatti too. Now this one's, like you said, this one's crap. Are they going? It is
trash. Just let me compare it. Hang on. No, it's trash.
So then you got to look, right. Are they making this one? They don't even care what the Lego one looks like. Let's just get something out and bank on the market.
Yeah.
Or have they seen the leak and trying to almost copy what's going on?
Yeah,
they're trying, but they didn't do it very well.
I think the biggest, and as you brought it up before, the biggest leak for me so far would be this one, when Nintendo, like you said, they started leaking not so much leaks, but a lot of the advertising stuff come out as in like sneaking a leak. And then
that's more teaser advertising,
yeah.
though.
But then I remember from these teasers, like you said, it must have been retailers. Then everyone kind of knew, okay, it's an actual NES set coming out, not just the Mario, the LCD type one.
See, that one cost Lego
though,
a lot of money.
What do you mean?
So what happens is, and this is where people always argue, leaks, nobody cares. We all just want to see the new stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Sneaky leak.
But Lego had a full press junket set up ready to go for the NES. And they'd invest thousands of dollars in that, and a leak comes along, and it's basically just like slashing, a hot air balloon, and everything just comes crashing down. And, Lego themselves, in the LAN, there was a big discussion about it. And, they were absolutely gutted that that leak came out and completely wrecked any surprise that they wanted to have, and all the effort they'd put into the announcement for the NES. They ordered a global takedown notice on all social media platforms, but by then the damage is done. And it hurts these companies that don't get the ability to share the information in the way that they want to be able to share it.
So if leaks are coming though from retailers or factories or employees or whatever, why don't they do it another way, like video game industry, and say this set's coming in 12 months time or 6 months time or whatever, let people know, and then through Lego stores worldwide pre-order.
Hey, look, I'm not averse to that, and personally I think they've got a perfect opportunity to send it out via their networks to RLFMs 6 months in advance, and get it into the hands of the people that are going to make content about it and that are going to hype it and talk about it for 6 months. And then by the time day one comes around, everybody's chomping at the bit for it.
Exactly. A good way to do it. And one way to stop the leaks is to announce it yourself.
Can't see it ever happening, though. Can't see it ever happening.
Nike and the sneaker companies do it right. BILSY, you probably know, they get all their images out really early, and that shoe's coming in like 4 months' time. Trying to keep it to a week or two beforehand, you got no chance, especially if you want the stock in stores.
Exactly, because the minute they let it outside of their own factories, and let's face it, even they're not watertight, but the minute it gets out into a retail world, they're paddling up a creek with a tennis racket.
Because they do it early. Retailers know now what the modular is for Boxing Day, New Year's Day.
For sure. They would have had to order that 6 months ago.
Exactly. That they need to know details, because they need to know how many they think they're going to need, whether they need 100 or 500. Because there's obviously a big difference in modulars based on popularity. So it'll be the same with things like the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. Or the piano. You need to know based on what it is as to whether you need 100 or 1,000. So,
yeah, I agree. And I think the pre-order thing's not a bad idea, because, how many sets have run out this year because they've underestimated the
exactly.
The demand for it.
Well, it's like take the piano, for example. It's a set that I'd never consider buying based purely on what it is and the price. But I know that both my local Lego stores are ordering 50 or 100 at a time, and they're selling out within a fortnight of it arriving every time. I would have thought its hype would have been done and dusted. And same with the Treehouse. They just cannot keep them in store.
No.
As soon as they're 50, they're gone.
Yeah. That's insane, Brent just mentioned in the chat, look, he heard about the Ecto 1 UCS from someone late last year. That's a deep inside yeah. Was it
Brent?
Cheap jokes.
I watched Boone Builds' stream with the designers from Ecto yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah.
And that's been a project they've been working on since 2017, they said.
Mike.
So,
was it
been around.
Feist? Something, yeah.
That must be hard because they wouldn't have any movie footage. They get told, "Oh, you need like a gunner's chair. It's got to be rusty." It's like the amount of information they wouldn't have.
Nah, dude, they'd have storyboarded stuff.
Yeah,
straight from directors for sure.
Yeah.
It's probably taken them that many years to apologise for the last Ghostbusters movie too. They really needed to put some effort in.
I thought you were going to say it for the last Ghostbusters car. I'm like, Brent's here, guys.
No. The last movie, because not even Chris Hemsworth could save that crap.
Oh, even the last Ghostbusters car was crap.
Yeah, it was.
Brent doesn't reveal his sources. So let me bring up a screen share. So I found on this website, on the Brick Show website, they're dropping some rumors, not so much leaks of what to roughly expect. But like you said, they're just dropping numbers with what it could be. Some don't have prices, some don't have pieces and stuff. But this leads me back to, this is the kind of leak that I was talking about, that kind of gave me the idea. When someone leaks, and I'm guessing this comes from a marketer or an advertiser, they've ready to print the books that no one knows about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a retail book. So that's the sort of book that they get given at at Lego shows. Not Lego shows, at trade shows and toy fairs and stuff like that. And they are all highly regulated. So you can see there, it's got on pictures, it's watermarked with confidential and stuff like that on it. So that's the sort of stuff that if you put that stuff up on your website, Lego will get you shut down. And the Brick Show no longer has a YouTube channel because of that. Lego had their YouTube channel shut down. They were making a fortune on their YouTube channel. It was huge, probably one of the most popular Lego channels, and they got shut down because of their consistent, insidious leaks of this type of material. Good riddance.
Well, I mean, because if you're that close to the crew and part of that team, serves you right, I guess, doesn't it? If you're not listening to the rules.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to Lego. So before I scroll down this page, I'll start with you, Andrew, because you're straight underneath me. What's in your memory? What would be the earliest, biggest leak you can remember of something coming out that you didn't?
Oh man, that's a tricky question. That's the kind of question you give me to prepare for, to think about.
Right. All three of you have a think, and I'll scroll down here.
I think the Ghostbusters one really pissed me off because, like, I felt like it was going to make it. Like, I was so convinced it was going to make it to the actual release date. We'd talk about it and we knew it was coming, but no one had seen
they
pictures.
did hold on to it pretty good though, really.
It did quite well, but you've got people like
a few times, but for an actual to see a physical photo, it was only a couple of weeks ago, really.
Yeah,
but it wasn't long ago that the release date was announced as well. That was still, everyone kind of thought November, but it was only not long ago that the 15th was confirmed.
So Adam said biggest issues is shipping network. Shipments are 1 to 3 late due. Limits
allowed in Australian ports. Yeah, and that's going to hurt Lego over Christmas as well, because all your department stores are still struggling to get stock. So it's going to be a light on Lego Christmas, I think.
And Paco, trade shows are the biggest leak source. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we get that.
I feel minifigures leak quite early, don't they? And they're kind of a big one for me, so that's probably the most annoying.
But that's got to make you think too. Minifigures, are they marketed, sold in a whole different part compared to a set direct from Lego? You know what I mean? Do the minifig team have this arm of marketing and influencers and RLFMs compared to sets going on this side? So it could be a different leak there too.
Yeah.
Sure. A lot of the minifigures seem to come out of the factory and get sold too.
Yeah. What about you, Bill? The biggest set you can think of that you can leaked that you remember hearing about, and then
there's been a few that I've heard well in advance, and I've kind of kept my mouth shut over until they get closer and closer. To me, one thing I love that Lego does is the teasers in their theme park range, where they put the extra rides, and then for 6 or 12 months everyone's like, are they, aren't they? And then
remember we talked about that the other week. What did they put in the back of that theme park? Remember, and I said it was a leak that was going to come out.
the roller coaster was in the back of the carousel.
And the other one was like a drop.
In the roller
giant
coaster,
drop
it's a
type thing.
dropping swing ride thing.
Okay, so BFAB, it's easy to get minifigs. He's got 2 guys and get minifigs early under the table. Yeah, like I said, it's a whole different. Must be a whole different arm.
What's up, brother? There was the Batwing was in the background of the 89 Batman video, so they had a silhouette of it on the wall.
That's right.
Which you wouldn't have thought about. You would have just thought, oh, bat signal, but it was.
Oh, it was a swing ride. Remember, the swing ride was a maybe because it was in the back of a box.
But they've done the same with Star Wars as well. They've had ships in the back of UCS ships that have turned up a year later.
That's right. So I like how Lego do that. They put little sneaks in there just to see if it's noticed, or like the Sesame Street box with the word APOL in the bottom. Very clever. Very clever.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Fab, here you go. Lego needs to get their crap together because I know someone who got shut down, and now there's 2 more to take. It's going to happen, man. People want, especially when you're online, YouTube, your podcasts, your videos. People want that foot in the door, that leak, because that's what gets you the views. That's what brings your revenue in. But at the same time, you're risking getting your ass kicked. So if it happens, you know you're not to do it, so you deserve it.
Yeah.
It's not Lego's fault. It's the creator that's making the video.
That's why I pulled, late nights last week to get that Ghostbusters Ecto 1 time lapse done. I smashed it out in like 12 hours, which is a lot when you're taking a photo, putting brick on, taking a photo. It's very painful, but you got to be the first one up there with it. You've got to have the cleanest content on day one to make the most of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the hardest thing is there's so much gray area around what is considered a leak now and what's not.
Yeah.
And this argument happens in the LAN all the time. Every time that picture comes out, so that one from the Ghostbusters, for example, that was a photo taken by a Lego employee at a Lego store and posted online.
Yep.
Now, clearly that Lego employee was not supposed to take that photo and post it online. But once they do that, it's considered an uncontrolled leak, and it's available for anybody then to go and repost, and Lego can't do anything about it. They don't give a shit about it either, and they're not going to chase anyone for it.
Once the original one's gone.
Once the original one's gone. So their standpoint is if an image or news or information has been released by Lego, a partner or an a retail partner or an advertising partner, it is no longer considered a leak. And so all us RLFMs always sit on our hands, and we're like, is this a leak? Is it not a leak? Was it a retail partner? Was it this? Was it that? The other thing? And everyone sits around. By that time, none of us have got any, views because it's, 3 weeks too late.
Yeah.
And then when you're sitting on embargoed stuff as well, then you're really screwed. So, for example, there's another set. There's pictures around out there already. Some of us are embargoed, so nothing we can do about it. We just have to wait till the day comes.
Okay, so what about this? Say, for instance, that we'll go back to, say, the Batwing, right? You had the Batwing 2 weeks in advance. Your video's done, your review's done, you've built it, you've covered all the kind of cool stuff. And then let's just say an Australian toy shop put a photo up, the leak's out and done. Does that mean you can then break and open and release, or you have to hold it?
We have to hold because we're held to embargo.
Yeah,
and is everything embargoed or just certain sets?
No, it's if you. The way I see it is that if you receive a review copy set, you receive a review offer, and if you accept that offer, then you are subject to the embargo of that offer. So, for example, I did not get offered the Ghostbusters car for review, so I did post that picture the day after that it was posted online. And I got messaged by 3 RLFMs that asked me to take it down, and I said no. Yeah, all right, one of them sitting just here, and that's why he's pissed off at me.
No, I didn't ask you to take it down. I'm like, are we allowed to do that?
You didn't say it wasn't you that asked to take it down. There was a couple of others that asked if I'd take it down, and I said no. And it was
I didn't ask you to take it down. I was just checking if we're allowed to do that.
No. I know. But and that's the point, right? It's like at that stage, it's not considered a leak anymore. So why should we continually get shat on? We got to stick up for ourselves as well. So
Yeah.
Jimmy's
it's frustrating though. It's really frustrating when you put in hours and hours and hours of work of building
Totally.
and editing and all that sort of stuff, and nobody gives your stuff a second look because they've already seen it for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing. Lego. So yeah, Monkey Kid got. Yeah, I remember seeing these ones. So a Chinese retail, obviously, they came out in thing, and so BFAB got striked.
Yeah. So that was after that issued a global takedown notice, though.
Okay.
And they see this is the weird thing too. This year in 2020, Lego have issued
That's good.
three
Funny.
global takedowns this year, and they hadn't issued one for probably the previous 4 years.
Okay, so they're getting on top of it or trying to.
Well, it's a bit like shutting the gate after the horse is bolted, though, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, so I'll scroll down here. This is just Instagram searching the hashtag Lego leaks, and clearly Spider-Man and superhero figs are hot topic at the moment. But here we go, most recent. So obviously we're going to see some people here just putting the hashtag in just for shits and giggles.
As in your frame
I
up
just
there.
saw that.
Yeah. That's all right. Hey, the hashtag worked.
I
theme of the show.
ever use the hashtag Lego leaks. Never.
Oh, I only used it tonight for this reason. So
I just can't do it.
Pretty sure I use it. Why the hell not?
So obviously you can tell I've just done this on the flow and no research because this is actually crap. I haven't seen one decent one yet.
Yeah, there's nothing decent in there at all.
There's a bunch of 10-year-old Instagrammers putting up shit that's not leaks.
And then we scroll past, the next one comes up. There's Cheap Joke's photo. Yeah, this is shit. All right. So, and then tonight you guys alerted me on an Instagrammer that I should be following, which I haven't.
No. You shouldn't be following them. You don't follow these people.
Okay. Just keeping one eye on then.
Don't count towards their click-through rate. It's not right.
What's this? Us in the States can't use the hashtag Lego leaks because of the election. Fake news. But okay, so going back to promo, you said that he's actually legitimately leaked things that have been decent early timeline wise.
Oh, absolutely. I'm absolutely convinced that the guy from Promo Bricks has somebody on the inside on the take.
On the take.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a huge website. They must get massive click-through rate and tons of ad rev. He's paying for his info.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking convinced of it.
I guess it'd be good to you look at something like say an IKEA one and then go into the date when it was posted and seeing how early. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep an eye on this page to see what does come up. So his latest stuff is
just for research purposes, guys.
Of course, research purposes. Well, there you go, Saturn 5.
Well, that's out now.
Yeah. So he hasn't had anything recent. We all know about the Ghostbusters. Who cares about a magazine? And what? There's some new colored dots coming through. Yeah, there's nothing there exciting. And that's obviously the Chinese kids, Adidas and Lego collab. Yeah, there's nothing there exciting.
Speaking of dots, what about the fact that there was a dots bracelet and being worn by the girl in the Lego movie, which was what?
Mate, now
3 years ago?
That is a wicked Easter egg that no one picked up. Nobody picked up.
Very
that
cool.
That was crazy. Here we go. Promo Bricks knows people. They've reached out to him for more info. Well, there you go. Paco, one thing getting leaks of what's coming out, which is easy. The problem is getting the details and the photos. Oh, totally. We get that. Because if I open Brickset, I can tell you the next 10 brickheads that have come out, but it's not going to give me photos and information.
No.
Yeah. Adam Brickbox said, do Google images, more likely find leaks. Yeah, I don't want to write leak in Google just in case. You never know. Cheap Jokes, your latest YouTube video, episode 3 from Sweden.
Yeah. So yeah, just a blog. So Sam wrote that up for us today. So yeah, if you want to see Lego Masters episode 3 from Sweden, see what their builds were. It was a fairy tale challenge from a Swedish fairy tale author.
So we're not
Go
gonna
have a
know
look at
any of the stories?
teachbooks.com. No,
What's-
no,
what's-
no. But some of them have been converted to English, like PV Longstocking and something. Yeah.
When can we get hype and when can we get excited for your big video, Dan?
I think it's Saturday, man.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure embargo lifts on Saturday, so there'll be a review video up and also an unboxing and a speed build. It's worth taking a look at. It is certainly an impressive beast, and that's all I'm going to say.
Are you video recording your speed build so your hands are doing it, or you photo every
Video,
brick?
yeah, no, just videoing.
Yeah.
So it'll be it's just an overhead shot. It's as wide as it can be because it's big, and it'll
that'd
just
be a
be
hard one.
compressed.
Can we get a
compressed.
rough measurement size on the width? Over a meter?
No.
How many base plates?
37.
Probably 2.5, maybe. I don't know. It's probably like 50 centimeters wide, 40 centimeters deep.
And then the camera drops, and then now our Lego show has its own leak.
The irony.
The footprint's not too bad. I'm going to say the footprint's not too bad. You'd need a large, deep shelf for it, but it's actually not too bad. And there's a couple of other things that I'll talk about in the video that I think are they're really, really well thought out.
We'll check that
Keep
out.
an eye on it.
If you squint into Dan's glasses, you can almost see what it is.
YouTube between the
Oh,
bricks.
yeah.
Self-plugging.
And for the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. So yeah, don't forget Dan to go to Between the Bricks there for his YouTube one and his Twitch for his streaming shows. Now, for me and Bill, this weekend's also big for Bill and I. Stick to our channel. We will be building on the release day the brand new Ecto 1. So we can say what it is. It's out, it's official. So there is a very, very big version of the Ecto 1. If you saw the start of the show, that's what we're going to build. But we're not sure, I guess, time-wise. It's either going to drop midnight or close enough to, or we'll do the live build on the Sunday. I think we'll just do a live build either way on the Sunday. I think that might work better. We'll see.
Yep. And your video will be a lot more exciting than mine. But if you want to see the time-lapse build of it, head to cheapjokes.com. And I've also got a reveal of it with comedian Luke McGregor. So go look at that too.
There you go. And then next week on this show, people, we will have Boone from the US Lego Masters. So that should be a half decent
cool
chat with him. And yeah, finally we have something a week in advance we can actually plan and
he's going to be getting up early for us, or is it staying up late for us? Getting up early.
1 a.m. staying up late.
Oh, good on him.
Yeah. So once again. All right, people. Thank you very much for joining us for another week. Brent, see you later. Inside the Brick Box, BFab, whoever else came in as well. Parko, like always. Lukey, H10, all of them. Our Monday shows are killing it. I love it. We'll see you next